Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Doing It Over by Catherine Bybee, performed by Cristina Panfilio. Prelude. She'd earned the cap and the gown, and there was no way Melanie was going to take them off until she fell into bed later that night. Tossing her cap in the air would have resulted in someone else grabbing it, so when Principal Mason of Riverbend High had announced the graduating class, Melanie shot from her seat, waved a hand in the air, and screamed. Hours later, Melanie hugged her yearbook to her chest and wiped the tears that threatened to take over what was supposed to be a night of celebration. She jogged from her car to Zoe's mom's double-wide. She pounded on the door before letting herself inside. As expected, Joe and Zoe already had the music pumped, the box of pizza opened between them. "You started without me." She waved an accusing hand at her best friends. Joe lifted a bottle of Jose Cuervo in the air. "Haven't even cracked the seal." Melanie didn't want to know how Joanne had managed a brand-new bottle of what they considered the good stuff. Then again, what self-respecting high school senior didn't have some connection somewhere to grab a bottle of booze? Zoe still wore her gown. Her cap sat beside the yearbook both she and Joe were studying. Joe had shucked her gown and tossed it by the front door. Her cap was probably in the hands of an unknown senior, or worse, the custodian. "Grab some glasses," Zoe said before Melanie made it into the room. The three-step detour had Melanie in Zoe's kitchen. The familiar space was marginally clean. The remainder of that morning's breakfast sat congealing on dirty dishes in the sink. With 2 plastic cups and one made of glass, Melanie dropped on her knees before the coffee table and offered a pet to Gas Tank, Zoe's Pomeranian Shih Tzu mix. The mutt had repeatedly earned his name through the years. "Did you see Mitchell Geisler after the ceremony?" Joe asked. Melanie enjoyed the distraction gossip offered. He was already shit-faced. Zoe turned the page of her yearbook before taking a bite out of her pepperoni and cheese. "He's always shit-faced." "So am I, but I knew better than to show up at graduation for everyone to see." Joe exaggerated, but both Zoe and Melanie knew better than to correct her. "Not to mention your dad would have killed you." Joe rolled her eyes as she reached for the bottle and twisted the cap as...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?